Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
No, I think you cut out for a second. What did you say?
Oh. So what up, Chris?
Hey, buddy. Oh, my God.
I said it a little more aggressive than that, but it's probably for the better that you didn't get caught.
Yeah, a little too much on there. It's good to be here. We popped up on the podcast. We're doing some makeup work today. We got a couple of American comics that we did not cover because we fell a little behind, but we're fixing that up now with this episode. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into plugs really fast. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole on Instagram. Oh, at JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram. And at NY Chillin with an EN at the end instead of an ING.
Oh, yeah.
That's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Brian's not here, but I will do his plugs for him. You can find him at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. The dot is spelled out. Find him on that. And I think he has a Twitch stream, twitch.tv/It's Punchline if you ever want to watch him play video games. Very entertaining boy to watch play video games. And if you want to send us any suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk to us about, comments, suggestions, whatever you want, email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at newjumpcity and tweet us some stuff. Why not? The really good chapter of the week poll should be coming soon. I do have it ready, locked and loaded. So, it'll be probably on tonight, Monday, at the time of this recording. Let us know your thoughts. And between Wednesday and Thursday, we will read them on the podcast itself when we record. If you want to listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Amazon Music, all these podcasting platforms, we are on those platforms. So subscribe there. The audio versions usually come out first. It'll be a good way to get into it. Or if you prefer video versions, please check out our podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, all of the things. Do the stuff.
Yes, please.
And I think that's it. I think that's all for plugs. Without further ado, let's get into the show proper. Batman.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
I remember that.
This is Batman number 114, Fear State. I think this is part 3 or something. Last we left off, the Saint Industries Peacekeeper initiative has gone belly up. It's pretty bad right now. There's a psycho super cop out there. So Saint Industries' best solution is to send another super cop out there to counter all the super cop mania that's going on. And we open this issue here with Miracle Molly, who's just, doing her machine thing. She's like a cyborg lady, and she's building stuff so she could fight the power.
Yes.
She's chilling with Poison Ivy. She's like hiding out in Poison Ivy's lair with her people.
With Diet Poison Ivy.
Is this Diet Poison Ivy?
Well, she's not her full self right now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No, the diet's not the term.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Whatever. I try to sound clever.
Poison Ivy Zero? I don't know. Poison Ivy Sugar Free? Who knows?
I like that.
I like it. So, they're just like talking it out. And Poison Ivy's like, you really care about your people, huh? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm building all this cool machinery, to help.
So our politicians certainly don't.
Yeah. And Poison Ivy's like, I agree, but you know what? You should stay down here with my plants. Plants are the solution. And Miracle Molly's like, all right.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Right.
So I guess like something like just kind of like pops in Miracle Molly's head, where she's just talking to Poison Ivy about how she wishes she could use the mind machine to free everyone in the city. And then it just clicks. He's like, I think I know what Scarecrow's trying to do. I need to find Batman before it's too late. And that's when we come to find Saint, who's just monitoring the situation as Taskkeeper. Or wait, what was it? Not Taskkeeper. I'm mixing him up with the Taskmaster now. Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper X meets up with Peacekeeper 01.
One.
And he has a bunch of android peacekeepers as well. And they're like, hey, bud, we're here to pick you up. Relax. Don't go crazy and start shooting even more people now. But unfortunately, Peacekeeper 01 is still under the influence of the Scarecrow toxin. And not only that, Scarecrow is whispering sweet nothings into his ear about how like Peacekeeper X is like Batman and he's just trying to fuck around and not let Batman be the hero. And then they get into this big fight. He initiates combat with Peacekeeper X. Fucking Simon Saint goes like lazy-eyed. His eyes go like this way, that way. It is kind of funny how he's immediately like,
his left eye, yeah.
Yeah, it was a peaceful situation, and he initiates an attack, and Sam says like, you know what, fuck that shit, kill that bastard. And
yeah, man, that's his own man's too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was great. It was crazy. So all of these Peacekeeper things shoot at Peacekeeper 01, and they all hit his shield, which seems to be invincible. He just like seems to tank all of them with this shield. And then he just swipes through all of them with his sword. And Peacekeeper X is like, oh, well, you know what? I also have a cool science sword, and I'm coming after you. So whoa. And I'm coming after you now. So, you know, they get into a battle. Peacekeeper 01 is on the ropes. He's getting fucked up because obviously Peacekeeper X is stronger than 1. And it's at that moment that Batman comes in and rocks this dude right in the face. It is not great for him. He starts talking to Saint directly. He's like, "Oh, trying to clean up your own mess, huh? Or are you just trying to destroy the evidence?" And Saint's like, "I'm
a little
just
bit of both.
A little, you know, column A, a little column B, you know." So yeah, he's basically like, Gotham isn't an urban setting anymore, Batman. This is a war zone. So I've come to use with this aggressive ass suit that my guy has.
It's like, yeah, it's that way because you fucking made it to be like.
Yeah, this is your fault.
You forget?
You forget how this is all your fault? Sean Mahoney, the Peacekeeper 01, manages to escape. But Batman gets like too caught up with fighting the Peacemaker androids in order to prevent Peacekeeper X from following him. And yeah, Peacekeeper X just gets like fucked. He gets like blown up by Sean Mahoney and gets sneak attacked, but he recoils with a light cannon and charges it to 100% and just blasts Peacekeeper 01 directly in the face. And Batman's like, what the fuck, Saint? It's like a huge like Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha blast that explodes out of this building.
It leaves off the surface of the earth, probably.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, just like in Dragon Ball Z, where you see it just leave the planet.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing else is out there, right?
Cross fingers. It never is. Nothing's ever out there. So, yeah, Batman can't really do anything about it because he's surrounded by Peacekeeper androids. Meanwhile, Sean Mahoney did survive the blast. He has his face half scorched off. It's real gross. It's like 2 degrees removed from Whitebeard before he died. It's not great, but you know, he can't stand after that. He is just like on his knees, super dying. And Scarecrow's just like talking shit. Is like, oh wow, Sean, I guess I put too much faith in you. I didn't expect you to not be able to tank a light cannon to the face. And he keeps like
respect.
Yeah, he keeps like manipulating him by like saying, like, come on, get up, pussy. I thought you were going to be good enough for this. I thought you were going to get it. And he's like, I can still get it. He summons... he summons his sword and he jams it into Peacekeeper X's cannon, blowing his fucking arm off. Pretty intense. I'll give it one of these.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, and
they both lost their arms.
Yeah, and
I mean, this guy looks like he lost the whole right side of his situation, like more than just arm.
Yeah, it's not great. His shoulder, possibly part of his side, it's all gone. So yeah, he just then continues to beat the living shit out of Peacekeeper X. He's like, oh! If you look at this one panel where like Sean is right over him, he's just like, oh. Ooh. This guy,
you thought you could beat up old wheelchair Jimmy? Huh?
Yeah, old wheelchair Jimmy. His name
fucking arm cyclops.
This kid can't catch.
What's the term for someone that's missing an arm? Is there like a legal term?
No. Paraplegic. No, that's not it. I think a paraplegic is more than one limb.
Yeah, unoperational.
Well,
I mean, like non-operative. You fucked up.
Yeah. Well, this kid can't catch a break, man. He got his ass whooped by Batman pretty easily, and now he thought it was sweet. Now that he got his armor.
This nigga. Oh no, nah. Are you talking about Mahoney, or are you talking about?
No, the X guy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Mahoney kind of beat Batman's ass.
No, yeah. I'm
not
talking
even
about this kid. This kid, he got like he has the robot arm, so like he got blasted by Batman when he popped up. Remember?
Yeah.
And now he's just getting his shit rocked by Sean. And Sean, as Saint is watching, and he actually starts tearing up at the loss of his most valuable assistant.
For real?
Yeah, he's like crying.
Oh, I never caught that.
Yeah.
You're right. He is. He says, oh, God.
He's I led this boy to his death. You know what? Self-destruct him. And they were like, what? What about his body?
Both of them could die?
Yeah, he was planning on like self-destructing the Peacekeeper X armor because the kid's already dead. He's already fucked because he's getting beaten the shit out of him by a super soldier essentially. So he's a lost cause, and he's like, just self-destruct him and we'll take them all out at the same time.
Nigga thought he was so cool on Peacekeeper X.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
He thought it was sweet around here, but it didn't work out for him. Okay, so they go through with the self-destruct sequence, and it blows up like all the other Peacekeepers. Batman barely makes it out. He's like, wow. What the fuck? Whoa. I didn't see that coming. I knew you were crazy, Saint, but not that crazy. And he emerges out of the rubble, but that's when Miracle Molly pulls up and is like, Batman, I know this all looks bad, but this is only the beginning. I know how Scarecrow is getting into the minds of people. I think I know what he's going to do next. We're running out of time, as she extends her arm out to help Batman out, and that's where the issue
You think it's always running out of time. Dang.
They're never not running out of time. They never, like, catch it right before it gets shitty, huh? But, yeah, that's the end of Fear State. This was a pretty cool issue. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I
thought it's entertaining.
Yeah, pretty suspenseful. It's, that kid's dead. Like Peacekeeper X was barely a factor. He got fucked up.
It's so slow for him, man. Like for real.
I think it's more
so incredibly slow.
I think it's like more of a testament to how slow it is for Saint. Like he's not having a great time. But
not even a little bit.
But yeah, the Fear State is moving along pretty interestingly. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't really have much thoughts outside of that. It was a fun issue to read, but it was a pretty big action-packed chapter more than anything, and I was here for it. So you want to move on, Josh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go.
No, yeah, I'm ready. Boom.
The X books, starting with Excalibur number 24.
Yo, you want to talk about lit? All right, this is one of the most lit issues of Excalibur.
Yeah,
and it was so lit that it actually got Not VGI. Can we say VGI at the beginning of the American
sure.
comics?
Who cares?
That's fine, right? Yeah, it's only
Certified VGI.
Yeah, you know what, Josh? We make the rules here. This is our show. You know, we could do whatever we want.
Right? I don't have to. These arbitrary rules that I created, we created. I can flip it at any point.
You know what, Josh?
Keep
You're banned
on our toes.
for breaking the rules. You're banned from the show for 2 months. You're done. You know it's not true, buddy. I can never get rid of you.
Oh, all right.
Anyway,
I was very nervous there, bro.
Last we left off with Excalibur. There has been a lot of shit brewing as far as Merlin and his Hayden ass.
Yeah.
The other world is getting sick of the mutant shit. A lot of the kingdoms around it are pretty much over. They've already pretty prejudiced against the mutants, or witch breed as they call them. But now it's just getting worse. And wherever Merlin's from, they just keep attacking and they keep sending assassins over. So I guess like Captain Britain goes over to Sevalith.
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 I say Sevalith, but
that makes sense.
It doesn't matter. Potato, honestly.
I'll call it Sevalith. I'm here for it. I think it makes sense. So yeah, she goes to Sevalith to figure out what the fuck's going on. And she's having wine with Countess Obila and Countess Ascura, who I guess are these just like fancy vampires.
Uppity vampires, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, they literally say yes at one point.
Yeah, they do. They do. I'm like, oh, this ain't Hickman? No way.
Yes is such a Hickman thing.
Fucking way.
No, not him. Weirdly enough.
I like how they're pouring the wine and they're like, "Don't worry, this is just some fine red wine."
It's not
poison. Looking at
poison.
that shit like, yeah, I know. I'm not that racist. I'm not vampire racist, okay?
Yeah.
Like you guys are racist as mutants.
Yeah, they're like, whatever, we don't like you. And we also don't like Saturnine and, Avalon. Man, we don't like anybody, it seems. We don't fuck with anybody.
They talked about how Avalon was like their natural enemies too, or something like that. And I was like, oh, really? Like, I guess. Camelot?
I guess. I mean, I would think most places...
I mean, they're both European things, right? Vampires is like right?
Yeah.
Transylvania.
Transylvania. I don't think Transylvania...
I'm talking on my ass, bro. I'm not even going to hold you.
Hey, man.
No idea.
I'll tell you what. I mean, it wouldn't be our podcast if we weren't talking out of our ass at some point.
Listen, Van Helsing took place in Transylvania, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's the vampire movie.
Is it?
Of our generation.
Van Helsing?
Yeah, I think so. That was a great movie, man. I mean, no, it probably wasn't.
I don't think it was
when I was
Blade.
pretty young. It's been a long time since I've seen it, actually, so I don't know how well it aged.
But there is a Helsing...
It probably is bad.
There's a Helsing anime.
Oh, that's
maybe that was the anime of our time.
I'm basically learning that, like, if there was a movie I liked in my childhood, it's just bad.
Is that what you're learning?
Yeah, that's what I'm basically starting to learn.
I'll tell you what, that might be truer than you think.
Like
I definitely have movies that I'm afraid to watch again because I know it's probably going to be trash.
Yeah.
But
you're literally afraid to watch.
Yeah. Anyway, after the spicy vampire talk, Captain Britain finally goes like, finally, Death will see me. So I guess she's going to go see Death at this point. Because he
was there.
Yeah, because he's been chilling in Sevalith this entire time. And we cut back over to the Crooked Market with Gambit as being, slimy sleazeball. And, he's, I don't know, I guess he's like selling shit off from Earth.
Selling crack.
He's not selling crack. He's selling a Rubik's Cube and like Krispy Kremes, donuts somehow, and shit.
Stuff. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, this lady stole a Pop-Tart from him. As you
it's
see.
not crack.
It's not crack. It's not a crack Pop-Tart. And that's when Jaspers pulls up and he's like, I know I am not seeing unauthorized business in my market. Gambit tries to weasel his way out of it, and Jaspers just says, little boy. there's nothing you have that I want that I can't just create because I manipulate reality. So, don't do it again. This is your final warning. And he's like,
yeah, because Gambit tries to say, I'll bring you some British tea or something like that, some English tea. And he's like, first of all, I'm from Earth. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about. I know what all that shit is. First of all,
yeah.
Second of all, as you stated, I can create anything.
Yeah, if I want something, I could just make it. And Gambit's like, well, don't you care that they're trying to kick all of us mutants out? Even though you are a mutant, you're technically one of us. Aren't you worried about that? And he's like, I'm rich, bitch. I'm not worried about it at all.
That doesn't matter.
Goodbye. Don't fucking do business in my
I
market.
know I'm not gonna help y'all.
Yeah.
Because I have money and y'all don't.
What? I'm the magical 1%. There's nothing you could do to me. So he walks away, and back at the floating kingdom of Romopolis Regina.
I thought they would be the opposite to the vampires, but I guess they don't care about fairies.
I guess not. But
True Blood, they cared about fairies. Remember that show?
I never watched True Blood.
I watched it sparingly because people watched it around me.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you got into RuPaul.
Yeah. Yeah. In any case.
All right, it was a surprise, and then you end up kind of fucking with it.
Yeah, I fuck with it. My background on my computer is Joe Black. In any case, okay, so Jubilee is talking to the leader, I guess, of Roman Regina. She's what's her name? Sorry, I don't want to I don't want to just call her Roma lady.
Oh,
Lady Roma.
Lady Roma.
Well,
Lady Roma.
Lady Roma. And they're talking about how Shogo.
No, her name is actually Lady Roma.
Yeah. No, I saw. So she's talking to Lady Roma about how Shogo really loves it here because on Earth he's a baby, but here he's a dragon, and this is way better. And because children are seemingly all powerful in Otherworld because of their unlimited imagination, he gets really sad when he's not there and not a dragon. So
I'm like, that cat, babies cry all the fucking time.
Yeah.
She's really trying to drag. Didn't you see that? She was trying to put it in such a way oh yeah, that's why your baby cries, because they really wish they could be a dragon in this magical world. I'm like, Jubilee, if you don't get your fucking child and get the fuck up out of here,
I mean,
I'm really not gonna like you.
To be fair,
even more so than I already do.
To be fair, that's exactly what she does. The Lady Roma is trying to convince her to leave Shogo there, and she's like, nah.
But in a very soft-handed way.
He's still like a baby, so I'm still kind of raising him right now. So I'm not leaving him here. So she just jumps on his head, flies away, and we cut back over to the former province of Dryador, where back in the day...
Dryador. That is the name of the area, Dryador.
Yeah. Back when
it didn't matter because they got fucking ravaged, so...
Yeah, that's what they're looking around. They're just trying to see, if there's anybody who fucking took over this land, and it's still barren and fucked because of what happened in Ten of Swords.
Yeah.
So...
What exactly happened there?
Remember when the Apocalypse's people came through? They first destroyed.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they walked.
I like how they mentioned it. Yes, we boiled their oceans with their own blood. I was like, well,
all right, Bay.
You said it again.
Okay, Bay. And I should mention it's Bay, the Blood Moon, Richter, and Shatterstar, who are all here together, just checking out Dryador. And we cut over to Captain Britain talking to Death. They're having a telepathic communication over what the fuck's going on, who might be wanting to kill them and send assassins after them. Death doesn't really know, but he'll keep an eye out, because at the end of the day, he's still a mutant, and his dad didn't sacrifice himself so that he could not help defend mutant kind when time comes. So,
yeah.
Death is a real one. Also, he's simping for Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He loves her.
Yeah, I mean, hard not to, but she's like, Betsy is just like, I appreciate you, you helping us out. Storm was right about you, Death. You are a charmer. And he's like, Lady Storm, she remembered.
She mentioned me. Yeah.
Senpai noticed me. It's like, yeah, no, I guess it's hard to forget Death. Fighting and beating up Death. That's a pretty big deal.
I would think so. I mean, it's so funny because, like, obviously they're just mutants, but he really made it seem as if he was Death, like, incarnate, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
He really sold it.
I mean, yeah, these four horsemen are just, like, embodiments of that idea of the four horsemen. They're all just mutants at the end of the day. But, yeah, so Betsy leaves. She reunites with the squad, and they're getting ready for the trial of the false Captains Britain. They're putting the alternate reality versions of the Captain Britons that are the incarnations of Rogue, Gambit, and who was the last one?
Remember them?
Gambit, Rogue, and Richter.
Oh, and Richter.
Yeah, Richter.
Yeah. Jubilee got killed.
Yeah, Jubilee died, I guess.
Which they mentioned. I actually didn't remember that.
Yeah.
It's an assist from the
yeah. So
mechanic.
So I guess like Betsy gives her opening statement at the whole thing, but it gets rudely interrupted by Merlin's hating ass. He's just like pulled on. Like the other Captains Britain are like, wait, hold up. There's a fucking asshole over here. He's trying to assassinate you. So, you know, they just like pull him up and they're like, and he's like, he's a Saturnine. Tell your witches to unhand me.
Like, no, you're a bad guy. I don't like you.
What do you
I'm not going. Why are you here? You're old, crusty, musty, dusty ass.
Don't you know that we're trying to have a trial here? It has nothing to do with you. Mind your fucking business.
Hey, don't get in the way of my fucking hate fest.
For real. Okay, so Merlin is like, aha, well, I am not a witness to your court thing, lady. I have brought Arthur, the forgotten king of Avalon, who sees mutants on his throne and is pretty pissed off about that.
On his throne.
Yeah.
And you know Braddock. Well, you know the what's the one that could?
Oh, Jamie.
You say reality, Jamie. You know he's like, yeah.
Yeah. This is I'm wearing his crown right now, probably. So I guess like Betsy commands the rest of the Corps to protect Saturnine, while her and the rest of the Excalibur team go to confront Arthur below, and they're basically like, hey, I know you know my brother. I'm the new Captain Britain. Sup? I hate you. I heard you've been sending assassins after us because your son's a mutant? What? And he's like, my son would have been my son, but he wants to be part of your squad, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna kill all of you. That's my plan. I'm gonna kill all of Krakoa. And if
I don't remember what the exact... I'm sorry, I don't remember what the exact beef he had with his son was, but he's really making it seem as if the issue was that he was a mutant.
Yeah, no, the issue is that, like, he'll... if he learns that he's a mutant, he'll want to go to Krakoa. And if there is no Krakoa, then he has nowhere to go and he'll stay with his dad.
Mordred?
Yeah, Mordred.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. This is what he says. He says, my son would have been my own, another man, a king like me. Since the day he was born, I have known the truth that he would betray me, but never why. But now I know. Merlin can see it. The X in Mordred's blood, like yours.
Right. So what I'm getting from that is that they had some type of beef, right? I think Mordred was a bad guy. Yeah, did something crazy, you know, some evil shit, and now he's like, I guess he was always confused why he did that, and he's chalking it up to the fact that he was doing it for mutants.
Nah.
And he's like, now this is what it was all for.
No,
so
Mordred is literally just a mutant, and Arthur is afraid that he'll just leave and live on Krakoa instead of by his side and take his throne.
When was that implied?
You don't see it right here. He says he sees my sons always strange and different to me, coming to love gifts from you invaders more than he ever will of his father's kingdom. I can't have my son because he will go to you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. I guess it's a little bit more understanding, but he's still a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, it's dumb. It's like, yo, it's none of your business. It's what your son wants. Stop being weird. So he gets into conflict with the rest of the squad. Everybody shows up. Captain Avalon, his wife, Jamie, Shatterstar, they all pull up, and
everyone.
Captain Britain gives him one more chance to pull out, get out of here. And King Arthur's like, no, fuck them up, soldiers.
No,
I don't think so.
Nine.
Meanwhile, Merlin is looking on from the window, is like, look at, ho, Saturday, do you see? It started, it's happening, your dumb little war. You had your chance. And now, you know what? Most people are actually on my side because they hate mutants. But,
yeah.
But now you've chosen your side. So, you know, everybody hates you too. So, you know, have fun with your war. You certainly have earned it, as he teleports away out of the grasp of the Captain Britons that were holding him. And the issue ends with a big old like battle page going on between the Excalibur team and King Arthur's forces. This was a pretty lit issue. I liked it quite a bit. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that will stop me from giving this the RGC, this VGI.
Well,
sure.
It comes down to how you felt about Hellions, in my opinion.
Yeah. You know what? This is also my VGI. I liked it.
Certified VGI.
Yeah, I did enjoy this quite a bit, which is a big deal for us because Excalibur has been a very up and down series for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good that it's finding its footing to a degree. I like the weird, like, I guess it's because I'm getting familiar with, I guess, the political thing that is Otherworld, and I'm getting more familiar with how it works down there. So it's a little easier to get invested in it as opposed to early on in the series where we're just kind of like thrown into it and we were supposed to know what it all meant. Now it feels like we're more fully inducted. So that helps.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm not. Yeah, like I'm not missing. Yeah, like I'm not missing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I know everything I'm supposed to.
Agreed.
It's a very secure feeling.
Yeah, very fun issue. Very into it. But that's all I got to say about Hellions. Not Hellions. Excalibur. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, I have it on the mind. It is Hellions, number 16. We last left off with the Hellions team following Mr. Sinister to his lab, where he was making kind of his own sinister version of Tarn the Uncaring. And at that point, that's when Empath made Havoc go ballistic and just destroy everything in the lab, including the last visage of Quanon's daughter that lives in some weird computer cyber virus thing that Sinister had hostage. Pretty sad because the first like couple pages is Psylocke just crying at her loss, just like, fuck, she's gone, my daughter. Havoc is broken up too because this whole time he's just been trying to keep it together. He's had like a history of having these kind of episodes before where he just loses control and just wrecks everything, and Empath forced it on him again. And that's when Grey Crow pulls out and he's like, "Oh, you did it this time, kid. I'm gonna kill you so good.
Yo ass is grizz.
I don't care."
Believe that.
Yeah. Orphan Maker is trying to reach out to Nanny, and Nanny's like, "Fuck you, Orphan Maker," and just so mean. So you know, Nanny has like Mr. Sinister a blade at his throat when the X-Men arrive, and they're like, "What happened here?" And basically that everything's kind of somewhat resolved after that. The Hellions are taken back into the healing gardens, and they're all kind of vibing and healing and trying to get themselves back together. So Cyclops is talking to Emma Frost, and he's like, man, you really did a number on my brother there. I don't know what happened there. He's devastated right now. Something bad happened. And Emma explained the situation is that like his outburst actually kind of saved us all because Mr. Sinister was up to no fucking good in his secret laboratory. So,
yeah.
So it worked out. Meanwhile, down at the Healing Guardians, we see kind of a little bit of a repeat of what just happened. Greycrow is just like still again swearing to Empath that he's going to fucking come for him and kill him, and basically torture him to death. And Nanny shoos off Orphan Maker one more time, saying like, "I have a little one to look after," you know. We get this little interpage thing, like informational page, where Beast reaches out with Emma about, you know, giving the Hellions a break because they're mutants too and they deserve more. And I'm like, wow, a nice moment from Beast. Who would have thought?
That was. Yeah, I was surprised when I seen it say Hank at the bottom. I had to double check that shit like Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a double take. I was like, huh?
Well, you know, it was a different writer.
Well, maybe like because Beast is like, man, I've done some shit, so who am I to judge? You know?
Yeah, I guess. It makes sense.
Yeah. Wild Child is following Psylocke, and Psylocke's like, you know, like old lassieing him, I guess, or whatever it's called, where she's just like, go, get out of here. Don't follow me. And Wild Child runs away, sad. Kind of made me sad, honestly. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't like to see that.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah, he's in this vulnerable state.
Yeah. She's, Psylocke basically goes up to Cyclops and basically is like, I'm going to quit. I'm leaving Krakoa. I'm going to go, you know, do some good and hopefully get killed doing it. Because I don't feel like living anymore ever since I lost my daughter.
Yeah, I feel super bad for Kwannon. I mean, I don't know that much about her character to know if she gives it up or how shiesty she might be. I think she used to be a villain. She worked with Apocalypse at some point, right?
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Well, anyway, but she had to keep the crew in check, all because Sinister held something over her head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stress and anxiety. Yeah. And it's not just like a loved one, it's her fucking seed. You know, it's her child, so man, she's like a ticking time bomb. All of these guys are, honestly.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, but yeah, I could tell she's in a rough place. I wonder what's gonna happen next with her character. I mean, obviously she was just elected a captain, but
yeah, she's given up her captainhood so that she could go off and do suicide missions. Yeah, I don't know. Meanwhile, at the White Palace, Havoc is talking over what just happened with Emma Frost, and she's basically trying to get his conscience a little more clear. She's just like, you stopped Mr. Sinister from becoming all-powerful. Like, who knows how many lives you saved? And Havoc is still kind of traumatized. He's like, I never wanted anything. I didn't want any of this. Psylocke's daughter. I couldn't help myself. It was pretty sad. Even Emma Frost is very sad for him, where she's like, and she says something she might regret. I don't know if this is like a real thing that they've been talking about, but she seems to say this to kind of cheer him up. And she basically tells him that she's asked the council to reconsider the resurrection of Madeline Pryor, which is a pretty big deal. And I'd like to think that like the stuff with Gabby and New Mutants kind of sparked this conversation.
Yeah. For sure.
Which is really cool. That's my headcanon, at least, that these books kind of inform each other in small, subtle ways. But, yeah, it cheers Havoc right up. Trauma healed, I guess. As she kind of, like, shoos him out the door for the most part. And at that point, Empath is revealed was also there the whole time, just chilling with Emma. And Empath is like, hey.
I guess she blocked him from his memory, from seeing him with his mind.
Yeah, with her, I guess, like sensory block powers. And Empath is like, so Grey Crow and Quanad probably want to murder me. Can I chill here?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, no, you can live here. Yeah, I'll leave this whole place to you. I know you've always preferred your own company. And he smiles it off. He says, "Ha! I'm the only one who gets my own jokes." And he kind of gets sad. I feel like he regrets what happened there. He knew.
Sure.
He knew what he had to do.
Because they got his jokes.
Yeah.
Even though they hated him.
Even though they hated his fucking guts, and he's probably the one non-repentant person on that team. But yeah, he's kind of like bummed out about it. Meanwhile, we cut back to Grey Crow, who is getting ready. He's getting strapped up. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I mean, like, I already didn't like him. I already said I would kill him if he used his powers on us. But now this is serious. He hurt her. So now I'm gonna get serious. And Wildchild is... Grey Crow not only plans to kill Empath, he plans to like find the cradles and melt his memory backups. So that he can never.
Even if it means ruining backups for all of Krakoa and Mutant.
Yeah, yeah, and Wildchild is like, they'll throw you in the hole, and he's like, they will, and I'll laugh all the way down. Man, he's determined. I'd like to see him try. I think Grey Crow's an interesting character. I actually kind of enjoy him. To that extent. Meanwhile, on Nanny's ship, she's playing with the cyborg baby they picked up, and
the coolest smile.
Yeah, I don't like the smile. It's weird. It's like a whole like triangle, just like.
It is fake.
Yeah.
Artificial.
Yeah. And I guess like the scientist that created that thing. Like pops up on the screen and is like, Eleanor. And I guess they know each other. They're just like, Eleanor, I've been waiting for you to get home. I wanted you to see this. You should have never left the right. And basically he then takes over the machine, the egg ship that she has, and is planning not only to take back the baby, the cyborg baby, but also take all of the babies on Krakoa.
Well, he's going to kill them all, I think was what he was implying.
Oh. Yeah, but as that's happening, before like they can take off to get that plan initiated, Nanny does the self-destruct thing on the ship, blows it up, and does she kill the robot baby too? I actually don't know.
No.
Oh, I guess in the next issue thing later, I see it there. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. Nanny survives the crash, and Orphan Maker runs up to her and is like, Nanny, you're gonna be okay. And she's like, get off of me. You know.
Oh no, they launched the baby away.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, you're right. They did. I see it now. Yeah, Nanny's pissed off. She slaps the shit out of Orphan Maker and yells at him, and Orphan Maker runs away crying. Weirdly depressing. And the issue ends with this little informational quote from Nanny saying, in my sorrow, I broke the boy, but I had no idea what he'd do. As we see, like, the little preview page is Orphan Maker with the little baby thing. So, I wonder...
baby robot.
A little cool Orphan Maker adventure. He's one of the more understated characters in Hellions, despite being such a big deal. Like,
yeah.
Despite being like the more dangerous out of all of them. Just on the fact that he needs the suit to live. So maybe next time we'll get to see what his powers are. What exactly is holding him back in the suit. But yeah, I really liked Hellions. It is a shame that it's on its way out. I hope that it comes back in some carnation like Way of X did, like, you know, with the Legionnaires and all that stuff. I hope it finds
Comic Book Herald mentioned maybe they could have like an Exiles
Ooh.
Like that was like an old title that used to be out there. But the fact that they have a Sabretooth single, comic coming out kind of takes away from that. But we'll see.
Why?
Because he'd be a key person for Exile since he was literally exiled from Krakoa.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he joins. That would be interesting, no?
That would be pretty lit. I mean, Wolverine's a part of the team and has his own issue, but that's Wolverine. Oh, but that's Sabretooth.
Yeah.
People love them some Sabretooth.
They sure do.
Two different comics for him, all right?
I'm here for it. Yeah, but that was Hellions. Very fun issue, I think. I suppose we should move on to our last issue, New Mutants number 22. Last we left off with the New Mutants. Shadow King has been making all sorts of mess. He killed Gabby, and they resurrected her. Kind of reevaluating the no resurrecting of mutant clones rule that they've been going on. And we open up with what seems to be Krakoa in flames. Nimrod is there. There's a bunch of helicopters.
Yikes.
The New Mutants are facing off against literally every villain.
All of them.
All the villains.
And some more Sentinels. And the AIM guys coming out of a helicopter because I guess shit wasn't bad enough.
Yeah. And
Apocalypse's children, they want smoke again? Damn.
Yeah, they want a rematch, I guess.
Right.
And they get torn
the
apart.
The gorilla people?
Are they?
I don't know about that.
I thought those were Amethyst. Are those not Amethyst demons? What is this demon guy?
I don't know. Is that the devil? Lucifer?
I don't think so.
Mephisto?
No.
No, but look at those monkeys. I mean, look at that. Look at the gorillas behind Nimrod.
Yeah, this is.
What's up with these guys?
Are those the science gorillas that we've seen in Inferno?
I guess so. I mean, yeah, if they're working with Orcus, I guess they do got beef from mutants. Why all these people hate mutants, man? What the hell?
They're so cool.
What the fuck? Yeah, X-Men has a robust history of haters. That shit is crazy.
It really does. Yeah. So, they get torn apart by all these villains, and we see Shadow King's little silhouette in the background saying, "It doesn't have to be this way." We get this. We then open up with this nice, touching scene where all the kids go to apologize to Gabby for all of the shit that they've been pulling with the Shadow King, and Gabby forgives them. Long story short, it's a nice little scene where they all get together and they're all reunited. Very sweet, very cute. The kids are back. The kids are all right. And meanwhile, the older New Mutants are talking with Shadow King in his mindscape thingy. And basically they have this debate about how Shadow King is like, I know that the humans will not leave us alone. So, I'm training these children to be stronger and shit. And they're like, no, that we don't really do that shit anymore. The whole point of Krakoa is to break this cycle of fighting humans. We're all about just trying to like coexist and just like have our own thing going. Not trying to get in the way of anything in the human world. We're just trying to make for us.
Right. So plus we're already running shit, so
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Meanwhile, back at back with Gabby, the kids go off to go confront and I guess call shit off with the Shadow King once and for all after all that's happened. Gabby initially doesn't want to go, but they're like, but she's just like, you know what? I'll go with them. I should be allowed to tell the Shadow King to get bent for me.
Get bent.
Get bent. So yeah, they go off. They reunite. They're about to go see the Wizard of Oz, holding hands, entering the Dark Forest. And we cut back to the overall debate of between Shadow King and the New Mutants. And basically, it's not really a debate because Shadow King's going to do what he's going to do anyway. There's no real changing his mind because he's just trying to like do this whole predator prey relationship all over again, like reinstate that, because he sees this nation as too idyllic, and he knows that at the end of the day, the humans will just never leave them alone. They just keep coming, and they have been keeping coming,
True.
And history shows that everything the X-Men does ends with a pretty intense Sentinel invasion where nobody lives. So it's not a good time. It's not just Sentinels. Like, he's also showing realities where the Brood come in and fuck shit up, and he's just like, you'll all learn. At that point, the New Mutant kids climb up.
Spectacular art, by the way.
They what?
Spectacular art, by the way.
Oh yeah, Rod Reyes is like slamming it out. It
may not have been the best issue, but it was definitely the best art of the week, hands down. No questions asked.
Yeah, he's such a unique artist. Like he does like so many styles in one issue that I really respect. I think it's really cool. So yeah, the kids arrive at the cave. They start climbing up, and they see this psychic shockwave, I guess, because they're like, "Whoa, this doesn't feel right." Do you think they have the New Mutants up there? And they go to check it out, and yes, they were correct. It ends with the splash page with the Shadow King having a weird, gross shadow thing linked to all of their heads, and he says, "You will all learn." And this is a really cool
shadow snakes.
This is a dope ass splash page. Shadow King has one of the best like villain designs. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, he's mad cool, man. Swag.
Yeah.
He's larger. He's like a One Piece villain. He's larger than life.
Is. You know what? That's what it is. It's very One Piece-esque.
Yeah.
He's got a little like goofball to him, but also he's intimidating and scary, and he's
huge. Yeah. He's intimidating with his aloofness. It's like he's aloof because it doesn't matter if you're more focused than him, because he's just gonna win.
Yeah.
That type of attitude.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like this issue of New Mutants.
Al Farouk.
Yeah. I like this issue of New Mutants quite a bit. It felt like a very fast read. And I don't know exactly how I feel about that aspect. I feel like, I don't know. I felt like not a whole ton happened in and of itself in this issue, but I do like how it ended. It was a pretty effective cliffhanger. I'm pretty into it. I can't wait to see what happens next. Shadow King has been like a breath of fresh air for this series. A lot of series are getting to that. Like the series that we were kind of meh about are in places where they're like, all right, we're getting somewhere. It only took 22 issues, but we're kind of in.
Well, unfortunately, the reason all of them are wrapping up is because they're all ending soon.
Are they all for real ending?
Yeah, man. Pretty soon. Not like immediately, but like
I think Marauders,
I would say by like December, January. But these will.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes coming in December. I think Marauders is still going to go on, but with a different writer. Like a different creative team, as far as I know. I don't know what the case is for the rest of the books, but I remember seeing Marauder is going to continue to some degree.
I mean, with that said, all of these stories are wrapping up really well. For as meh as some of these issues may have been, none of them were ever straight up bad. Maybe except for like a few Excalibur ones.
Yeah, I mean, kinda you can look back. You can listen back on our history. We've read every X-Men comic up to this point, starting from Powers.
Courtesy of Chris.
I mean,
and his own wallet.
It's a team effort.
And the occasional donation.
Yeah. No, we have, if these series are coming in, like the first round of series, if they are all or most of them coming to the end, it's very interesting to see. We had a whole different setup when we started this journey with the X-Men. We were like, I had a different apartment. It's kind of weird how it's like how a lot of these first gen Hickman era stories are ending.
Damn, I think when we started the X-Men, we were doing pods in Williamsburg, so it's been to 3 different places.
Yeah, we've had
4 if you include the virtual realm.
Yeah, we had a different producer overall. Shouts out to Brian Boss.
Right, man. Chef Brian in the house.
But yeah, I mean, I guess this is weirdly nostalgic, but it's a nostalgic time, I guess. It's interesting. I know this is not necessarily over because we're just going to get a bunch of new series, I imagine, until Hickman is ready to come back and continue on with his plan for the series for his run of X-Men. But I get that he can't wait around forever. It does suck that it has to be that way, though. I get it, and I think it's super gracious of him to allow these writers to continue exploring what he's created. But also, it's like, come on.
Yeah, let it flourish. It's okay. I mean, as long as Hickman is allowed to come back and he wants to.
Yeah.
And to give a true wrap-up. Because it's not like the Avengers run where it was straight up linear and the universe ended and everyone was like on his time, I guess.
Yeah. I would say Inferno... He said that Inferno is like the end of the first act of a 3-act story with the X-Men. So after Inferno, we'll be entering Act 2.
Ooh.
Which, in theory, and to be fair to all these other writers, Act 2 is traditionally the longer act. So,
and then he'll cap that one off with a little event, and then it'll go into the... That's cool. That's cool. You don't got to be in the middle. That's fine. Let these other guys shine.
Yeah, and when you think about it...
So it's been amazing, too, so...
Yeah, and when you think about it, he's not been that present. This whole thing has belonged more to the other writers of these other series, as much as Hickman has had like his little sprinkles here and there. But
yeah,
I think he let it happen because he's like, well, they have some sort of an ownership of it because they've taken real like love and care into all these series. So salutes to the writers of the X-Men and the head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman. I believe that's all I have to say about this week's books. Are you all set, Josh?
Yeah, man.
All right, then let's bring it home. Thank you guys so much for listening. Oh man, what a fun time. So I guess like sometime soon this week we'll drop another episode. So you're getting a twofer this week, you guys.
Sir.
You can find me at the Chris Espinal, Brian at b.esp, Josh at jdcole_37, and nychillin, all on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram as well. The weekly Really Good Chapter of the Week poll will be up momentarily. So let us know what you think about this week's chapters that we'll be talking about fairly soon. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Please hit us up. And comment below on whatever video you're watching. Or, subscribe, like, all that stuff. iTunes, Spotify. Subscribe there as well if you prefer audio podcasts that come out earlier than the video versions. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes while you're at it. That will be super helpful. And I think that's it. I think we're done here. Thank you guys so much for listening. And stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys.